Hello, welcome. It is Tuesday night. It is obviously another Expert Zone live stream
Yeah,
for
it is.
you. It is. Hang on a minute, Tom. It's Tuesday. I swear I just said it was Tuesday. It's
It's
not
definitely Tuesday.
Wednesday. Why are you here? It's not Wednesday. Why
I
are you
know.
here?
It's usually a green background and it's
It's
full-on
a blue one
gaming.
today.
It's definitely a blue one
Are
today.
you in the right place?
I
Do I need
think
to
I
call
am.
someone? You're here for a reason, right?
I am very much here for a reason, and I'm slightly worried that people can't hear me. So
Oh.
because it's not showing up in OBS.
Oh yeah, it's mine not either.
Hopefully. Guys, let us know down below in the comments if you can hear us or not. But we're gonna crack on. The subtitles are coming up on Facebook, so
That's
I'm
good.
gonna assume that everyone can hear us and all is good. No one is saying
Just
anything in chat.
slight panic
Yeah.
there, but we're okay.
Just a little bit, just a
While
little
we're talking
bit.
about background colours and days of the week, the panic set in.
But it is Tuesday, and I am on a stream because we are still talking gaming. We are talking an aspect of gaming today. And as the resident gaming lead for the Evangelist team, I always like to show my face every now and then. Daggercast can hear us. Perfect. Thank you very much. And
Awesome.
Gareth can
Thank
hear
you,
us.
Dagger.
Amazing.
So let's dive into the chat as the guys are in there telling us what's going on.
Yes.
We have Jay. Hi, Jay. How are you? We have Gareth Smith. How are you? We have a Hypebot in chat. Whoop, whoop,
Whoop, whoop,
whoop. Yes,
Hypebot.
Hypebot. We've got King Alfie hosting us. Thank you so much, King Alfie. Thank you to everyone who's in. You bunch of legends.
Oh,
Hope
it's
you're
amazing.
having a great Tuesday. So, Tom,
Hannah.
we're going to have a jam-packed stream full of cool things. But firstly, we should probably talk about what's new on Expert Zone, because the last time we did this, there has been a bunch of new stuff that's been
There's loads of
updated.
new stuff. So we have our fancy new transition.
Yes, please.
Let's do it. There we are. And we're nice and little small again now.
We are. This is awesome.
So yeah,
So,
loads of stuff. What have
lots
we
of
got,
stuff.
Hannah?
I can tell you. Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, tell me.
So there's a bunch of stuff that's now on Expert Zone you can do. How many courses did we say?
I think we counted 16.
16? Yeah,
I think I counted correctly.
Awesome, 16 courses. So we've got a few of the Windows 10 in 10 videos on there. We've got quick searches. We have the quick assist on there as well. We've got Monica's day 3 stress test that's up, and Monica's day 4 full flow, and Monica's day 5 experience from
She's been a busy
the
lady.
Surface
Busy
campaign.
lady.
She has been a busy lady with the Surface campaign. So those videos are up there to view now. We've got Microsoft 365 missions. We have Expert Zone PC June 2020. We have Expert Zone Live. We've got Nigel's unboxing as well. So Nigel's done his first unboxing, and that's up there to be seen. And that looks awesome because he's doing things from his shed.
It's
So
such a nice setting. Like I can't imagine like working from like within that, like all the wood around you. Like my dad's a cabinet maker as well, so like I love the smell of wood. So I'd love to be able to work in that environment. So I'm very jealous of Nigel for that.
Do you have many leather-bound books, Tom?
And a dog that eats wheels of cheese.
Does everything smell of rich mahogany?
I wish. That'd be nice, right? That'd be nice.
It would be. We also have the In the Loop podcast that is available, and I think, unless you can see anything else, I think that is everything on there. Oh, also, why creators love PowerPoint.
Everybody
available
loves
now.
PowerPoint. Everyone
does
PowerPoint.
love PowerPoint. PowerPoint's just a dream.
It's definitely my most used M365 application.
I probably couldn't pick because I use them a lot, but PowerPoint's just one of those legendary things. It always has you back, even if you want to take a background off a photo.
Oh yeah, easy. Perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, loads on
Indeed.
ExpertZone.
So please get on there if you haven't recently and see what there is to get your teeth into. Also, hello to David Whittingham. Hello, greetings.
Good evening.
I hope you are well. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, Tom.
Yes, Hannah.
You are here because
I am.
you are going to take us through some cool stuff to do with the Xbox Family Settings app.
Yes, I very much am. So let me switch across to this one. So we have, no, wrong way. This glorious holding image So yeah, I'm on today. As I said, we're talking gaming, talking Xbox, and this is a feature so this isn't necessarily new news. Like, family settings have been available for ages on Windows 10's devices, either through the settings or through a web browser that you can access on kind of a multitude of range of devices. As long as you've got internet connectivity, you can connect and you can monitor your kids or people that you're caring for, their kind of gaming habits. And there are over 20 customizable different features that you can have for gaming. So that's gaming on Windows and on Xbox. I'm probably going to concentrate on 4 of them today.
Are you?
I am going to concentrate on 4 of them today.
Well, then please tell us which 4 you were going to concentrate on.
So the main ones I'm going to concentrate on are screen time limits, content filters, play and community settings, and activity reports. So
Awesome.
there are, as I said, there are over 20 different things that you can kind of tweak and change and do bits and pieces. But I honestly think the 4 key ones are around these kind of 4 topics. And that's mainly down to the fact that they're probably going to be the most used topics as well, or the most used parts of those applications. So yeah, screen time limits, what it really, in essence, boils down to is enabling you to control how much time your kids or anybody you're caring for spends on their gaming device. So whether that be the Xbox, whether that be the gaming on PC, you can control how much time they actually have. I don't know about you, Hannah, but I don't have kids.
I do not have kids either. I was going to say, is this the point where we divulge our 5-year plan and we tell everybody what, or 10-year, or I don't, just this is when we just tell everybody what's going to happen with our lives.
So it's quite interesting, like us talking about this. I know Rich on the Evangelist team as well. He uses the family settings app regularly on a daily basis. When his son Charlie wants more time and bits and pieces like that. And you have the ability to control how much time they play. So during the week, or maybe on a school day, you can maybe completely eliminate screen time, or maybe put a couple of hours in the evening once they've kind of done all their homework and bits and pieces like that. Then at the weekend, you could set it to have maybe 4 or 5 hours, your discretion of how much time you want to give. But if they reach that screen time, they can actually request more time if they want. And usually you either have to go on your Xbox and request more time. What then that happens is your parent or guardian gets sent an email, or they'll get a notification on the web browser. Now, they won't necessarily see that straight away, and then you might either have to get up and go downstairs and ask, or they might be at work or anything like that, so you're not necessarily getting a response straight away. And this is where the Xbox Family Settings app really comes into play. So what
this is an app for your phone, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is a phone app.
This is a mobile and tablet phone app.
Yeah.
As you can kind of tell from the image above, this is in preview, so that there are limited access to it. But what it enables you, or as a parent or a guardian, is to, in real time, get that notification. And I don't know about you, Hannah, but my phone is pretty much either on my desk next to me or in my pocket.
Glued. Yeah.
I'm pretty much glued to my mobile phone. So it enables me to enable those notifications to then, when I have kids eventually, if they then request more time, I get the notification directly on my phone. That buzz goes off. I can look at it, and then I can either accept or deny those abilities.
That's awesome. That's so cool. It'd be really...
Yeah, go.
I was going to say, it'd be really interesting to see anybody in the chat who does use the family settings already, who does have kids, how they find it, and if they would now use the family settings app, if they are using it in preview or would use it in preview in the future. It'd be really cool to know. So please let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Please continue, Tom.
No, I was going to say, it kind of streamlines the whole process. It means that if you get an email, you then don't have to wait for that email to come through and refresh within your inbox on your mobile phone, or wait for your kid or to come to you and say, well, I've requested more time, please, mummy, daddy, can I have some more time? And then they have to log in and go into the internet browser and sign in with all their details, find the notification, do all those bits and pieces. You will just get a push notification to your phone. You swipe on there, click on there, however you open your notifications, and it's there. You're taken directly to that location,
Cool.
which is super cool. And that kind of links into content filters as well, which is kind of the second key point.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I used to work in store, when I used to work in retail, and when I used to visit stores as part of the field team, the biggest question I got from parents is, oh, little Johnny is 7 years old. I don't want the risk of him playing a 15 and 18 rated game,
Yeah.
or if he has a friend come over and then they put, say, GTA in the Xbox, there
Mm-hmm.
is a risk that he's going to be he sees things he shouldn't see or hear things he shouldn't hear.
Yeah.
But what you can actually do is set these content filters, so you can set that age, and then you can say, right, anything over this age limit won't work. So that could be a movie rental, because you can now rent movies on the Xbox. It could be music streaming. It could be and as I said, in games as well. So if you have a 7-year-old and you don't want them playing GTA, you can put that blocker on there, so they will not gain any access to that. It will automatically read it and go, the Xbox knows this is an 18 game. It won't even load. So they won't. It's not even like you have to keep the door open anymore. You have to keep checking up on them. You know that it's safe and secure.
So cool, because safety is a huge priority for Xbox, isn't it?
100%. It always has been, and we've seen that in the past with the amount of filters that you've been able to put on for years.
Yeah,
they've generally been a little hidden in the past. When you look back at the kind of 360 days and stuff like that, child safety was the applications were still there within the Xbox. They were just slightly harder to find, and you had to kind of put the password or the PIN in of the account. You didn't have kind of separate accounts for kind of parent and child. So if the kid knew the PIN, he could just kind of change the settings himself. This is in your full control. They have a child account, which are, once again, are free to set up, gives them their own gamer tag and all those bits and pieces. And the majority of kids will already have these if they already have a gamer tag and an account. You can then, as a parent, set that as a child account and add it to the family. It's super easy to do, either all through the preview app, or through a web browser, or directly through your Windows 10 PC. So it's super easy to be able to do. And as they grow up, you can change those content filters. So I know my parents were always really concerned. They'd always come to me when my brother wanted to play a game that was probably slightly over his age range. They'd always come to me and go, "Is this game suitable for Josh?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, kind of. There's obviously some gore in it and there's some swearing, and they're like, okay, how bad actually is it? Whereas this takes that concern out of there and goes, these PEGI ratings are there for a reason. It's not just someone going, oh yeah, I think that's a 15. They are like meticulously looked at and are given that rating for a particular reason. So it enables parents to go, I don't have to worry. I know they can't play anything over a PEGI 7, as an example. So yeah, as they grow up, you can then change those rankings as you so wish, which is cool. It gives you the freedom to be able to do what you kind of want to do.
Definitely. I'm just going to jump back into chat for a second. So Daggercast says the app is going to make everything much more easier for everybody, and you've got that at your fingertips. So it is an awesome thing to have on your device at all times. Gareth says we use it in our family to monitor my sister's screen time and content. So it's awesome that you're using it already.
Perfect.
And
Great
James says, "Good evening." Good evening, James.
Evening,
I hope
James.
you are well. Tom.
Yes.
Go on.
Go on.
I
was just going to say, like, we've talked about kind of limiting screen time. We've talked about content filters, about limiting what they can play. But I know a lot of parents' issues are who they actually speak to online.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest bane of what their argument is they're coming into store going, I don't want my child speaking to strangers online. I've recently had my nephew ended up actually speaking to random people playing online on his Switch. His parents found out and have put loads of like child protection within his Switch. And you can do exactly the same on Xbox as well. It just means that you can select who they speak to online. So you can put a complete block on it, so they actually can't speak to anybody. Even if someone's in a party, not a party chat, in like the in-game lobby, and they're speaking, their voice won't come through the microphone or won't come through the speakers, so it actually blocks all those communications. You can limit it to just friends, so as long as they're a friend of yours on Xbox, you can then speak to them and be in a party and stuff like that. And there's just loads of different things that you can kind of tweak to your comfort. So it's not definitely on or off. It's, well, actually, you're in control of this. These are your kids. Make sure that you are in control and you know what they are and not able to do.
And it's so important. It is so important. The internet is such a vast place, and everything's hooked up
Yeah.
to our online systems. So, and kids are clever. Kids are
Yeah.
so clever. So, you to be able to do this in a way that you've just got it with you at all times. And the thing that you said about having a request come through as a push notification,
Yeah.
that's just so cool to be able to just approve or deny, just like that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And with this
No, go.
screen time limits, that's things that you would set as well. I know that some people use it so when they do chores, and you've completed a chore, then you can add more screen time, or when you've um done something that you shouldn't have done, you can take screen time away. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can use it and utilize it to create a better relationship with the people around you as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I think, like, following on from your point, like, I know when I was younger and I'd been gaming at the weekend, and my parents would always say, "Oh, have you done all your chores?" And I'm like, "Well, I've done some of them." And I'm like, "Can I have some? Can I go and play now?" Because obviously, when I was younger, these things kind of weren't available. Nowadays, if that blocker goes on, they've then got to do their chores, and then enable them to continue playing. You just open up the app and go extend, and you can add an hour or two or anything like that. It just means that they've done everything they need to and can't kind of pretend they're working on their chores or tidying their bedroom. They're not hidden away behind the door secretly playing their Xbox. They're doing what they need to do because they physically can't play it until you press that button.
So what was the chores that you had to do? What was your main chore when you were little?
My main chore, it was probably not like little, like early teens, was very much mowing the lawn.
I think that's amazing.
It was, have you mowed the lawn? And yeah, there was plenty of grass to mow back then. So it was very much the case of, yes, it was weird because I kind of enjoyed doing it when I was doing it. It was kind of cool, like ride on mower, but it was always like, oh, it's every weekend. Like, I want to be playing games with my friends. They're all playing now, and I'm sat out mowing the lawn type thing
on your JCB, having a great time.
Like, it was good fun to do, but as I said, yeah, every week in, week out, especially in the summer, was like, another weekend of mowing the lawn. But yeah, it's one of those things. So it could be do the dishes, could be tidy the room, it could be take the rubbish out, wash the car. There's chores are chores in the end. It's making sure they've done their homework from the week, and once they've done it, they then have free reign to be able to do what they want on the Xbox within the restrictions that as parents or guardians set, which is cool.
It is cool. Before you jump into playing communication settings, just going to say that Ian Day is in the chat. So hey, Ian has said that they've been using it for the last few years, locking down web browsing and being able to block unauthorized apps.
Yeah.
And that activity monitoring is a great tool. So it's really interesting to see who is using it and how interesting and useful they find it. So keep it coming, guys.
And I think that kind of comes into content filters. It's not doesn't have to be just about gaming. You can limit websites that they go to, as much as you can put, like, once again, age rating on websites, because behind the scenes, every single website has an age rating. And if you select your internet security, or in this case, the Xbox family settings, you can select that they're not allowed to access anything over 16 plus. So there's no gambling or no pornography or anything like that. So they are safe. Then when they're doing their homework, they're not looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at, which is super important. And you have internet, you have Edge and Internet Explorer. I can't remember what the app is now, on the Xbox. So you can browse the internet on your Xbox, and you can put limits on that as well. So kids will always find a way around these things. As you said earlier, they are super smart about what they actually have access to. And yeah, this just means that you're in control. And that's exactly what we want.
It just takes the worry out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and that's
definitely
the main thing.
Yeah, so we've kind of looked at limiting the amount of time they're playing, limiting the amount of content that they shouldn't be absorbing, and then who they can talk to. Probably my favorite part of the Xbox family settings is actually the activity reports. And I kind of want to set myself up as a kid on Xbox and set up a parent account just so I can see how much I've been playing.
Do it. That's a great idea.
Because it gives me a chance to kind of look back at it. Like, I get on my mobile phone every single Sunday morning, I get a report through of how much I've used my phone. So, and
Yeah.
what apps have I used and stuff like
Mhm.
that. How is it up or down compared to the previous week or anything like that. So I think having activity reports so you can actually see, okay, my child has been playing Xbox this week for 6 hours. He's been on his Windows PC for 3 hours. And I can actually see then deeper dive into that of going, well, actually, he's been playing this, and this game, or he's been on these websites or anything like that. So it gives you a full breakdown on how they're using their device. You're not just limiting what they're doing, but you can actually see how they're using those devices as well, which is pretty cool.
It is cool, and you'd be able to see the patterns as well. If you did one for yourself, you'd be able to see what days you're playing what and how much time you put in, and you'd see patterns develop, which
Yeah.
is cool. I
So,
find that
oh,
stuff really interesting.
Tom's playing Mass Effect again.
You-
Yeah.
all I see is you on Escape to Tarkov all the time.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov recently.
From, not to. Sorry.
But yeah, they're kind of the four key processes and customizational options you have within it. I said there are over 20 that you can kind of fine tune and tweak as things go down, but they're probably the 4 key ones that most parents will ask about. Obviously now we're starting to be back in store again. You're going to start to see and in call centers and click and collect and all that sort of stuff. And when you're having those conversations with customers, be able to go, are you aware that you can do this? So if they're just buying a laptop for kids' homework, it's things to mention. Yes, it's branded Xbox, but you can still use these settings to control and help and make everyone more secure. And most kids will go, oh, Mum, Dad, you're being annoying. You're stopping me doing what I want to do. It's better to be safe than sorry in these circumstances. So this gives you the opportunity to, as I said, not just gaming, but also be able to control what they're using their laptops for, and you can then, with the activity reports, you can see what they're using it. And if they are accessing websites that you don't feel they should be, you can then explain to them why they shouldn't be accessing those websites, and then put a block on that website if you so wish. So yeah, control is all up to you.
Definitely. So you've said that this is in preview right now,
Yes, it is.
the Xbox Family Settings app.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you able to get this? If somebody watching now wants to download it, what do they do?
Yeah, so at the moment, as you rightly said, it is in preview. At the moment, all Android users can gain access to this. So all you have to do, the best place to go to, in fact, is the Xbox Wire website. Just search for it online, Xbox Wire, and there is an article on there replicating some of the things we're talking about today. At the bottom of that is a rather complicated link, which is why I'm not saying it out loud, because you'd see me just rattling on random numbers and all that sort of stuff. But there's a link for Android and there's a link for iOS as well. Yeah, all Android users can gain access to this preview now, and the first 10,000 people can gain access to it for iOS devices. It's been out a couple of weeks, the preview. I signed up last week to see if I could gain access, and there were still spaces available. So definitely, if you're on Apple iOS, head across to the Xbox Wire website, and then select that link. And what that will then take you to do, and it'll give you full instructions to do it. You'll have to download an app called Test Flight. Now, Test Flight is a mobile phone application that allows you to test apps in preview. You sign up to a couple of terms and conditions, nothing bad, but it kind of says the apps that you're going to be using aren't fully complete, as you kind of with game preview on Xbox. Like, you're playing a game or using an app that isn't fully completed yet, so there may be some teething issues or crashes and stuff like that. And then from there, you can then download the Xbox Family Settings app, and that downloads as a separate app onto your mobile phone. It's really easy to do. As I said, just follow the links, follow the instructions, and away you go. Yeah, Android, anybody can access right now, and iOS, first 10,000 people. So yeah, definitely give it a go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It does look really cool, and the user interface looks really cool as well. You can see from the image behind us, just how user friendly
what I'll do is I can just bring this one up.
Yay!
So this is a little bit closer look at the screen time and friends lists. So you actually gives you a breakdown. If you can just see on the top of the left image, you've got the green bar, which is the amount of time they've spent on their Xbox, and then the blue bar is the amount they've spent on their Windows device. You actually see kind of that breakdown, and you can kind of scroll through there and see everything that you've blocked and the content restrictions that you've put in. but it kind of just loads up within the app. It's a really, as you said, really simple user interface, which is what we need nowadays. We don't need things complicated and tiny little buttons that aren't mobile friendly, and that's potentially the issue you'll have if you go to a web browser through your mobile device, because you haven't got a mouse to be able to find click. You are using your fingers and thumbs to be able to access this. This is mobile first, mobile friendly, as an application, which is cool.
Definitely. I really like that you've got the friends list on that.
Yes.
Is this the right hand side or the left hand side? The other
right hand side.
That's
right hand
near
side.
you, Tom. The friends list near you,
here.
and it tells you from the person's account that you're looking at who their friends are, and it tells you, I can see who's online as well at the time. So the little green icon there will tell you who's online at the time, which is awesome. And then you've got your family notifications and settings at the bottom. So it does seem really, really easy to navigate around.
Yeah. And then the final one that I'll show is this one here. So this is as you receive push notifications, and you'll get your kids asking for more time, or to buy something, or to access a game that they wouldn't normally be able to gain access to. As soon as that happens, they have to send a request, as I've kind of said before, and then you'll get this kind of notification panel. I said you'll get the push notification, will take you directly to it. However, if you miss that notification, if you open the app, as always, there's kind of that notification bell that enables you to click into it and then just see everything that's been requested. And then a simple add time or allow or deny. It's as I said, the pictures say 1,000 words.
Indeed, they do.
And you can kind of see how simple it is. Even friend requests, you might just to see at the bottom is someone has requested to be your kid's friend. You actually accept or deny that. It's not your child that's playing. It's you're accepting that, and then you can go to them and go, okay, who is this person? Is it from some school, or is it just someone you randomly play with online? Because it's Jeremy from school. I don't know why I picked Jeremy. Of all the names, sorry to any Jeremys out there. And yeah, you can just select yes or no. If your child knows them, perfect, accept. Or if they don't, you can just deny it, and it's really that simple.
It does seem so easy. So shout out to Games Guru in the chat, and that's Derek, who says that the app is so useful with the little ones, and his little one especially, now she has her own Xbox profile. So it's really cool to see that people are using it in the chat as well.
My cat has just appeared. I don't know if you can see her on stream.
No, I can't see it. It's family settings. She's interested. She wants to be involved.
Everybody's interested in family settings.
She wants to monetize how much gaming time you're having, because she obviously wants more attention.
Very much so. Very much so.
Alex Hudson says it seems pretty straightforward. It does. It seems really cool. So I'm definitely going to have a go. Even though I don't have kids, I'm going to download it and just see what it's like. Because you can only really know what you're talking about when you're using it yourself. So I'm going to have a go and see what it's like. And I really want you to download the profile, please, Tom, and let us know how you get on with it.
I will. I'll see if I can work it out. I'll have to set up a parent account, and then I'll see if I can convert mine to a kid's one. Purely for the activity bits and pieces. I just won't give the password to Hannah, so she can limit how much I play.
That's not me, Hannah.
That's not you.
That's
Sorry,
your Hannah.
My wife, Hannah. It's so confusing.
I think we had a question in the chat.
Yes.
Can you scroll further up a little bit? And it just says, are there any plans to be able to limit application time? So is that something that you can do with the applications?
So as far as I'm aware, you can set limits. I'm not entirely sure if you can go deep down into specific applications or specific games.
Yeah.
One you're on, if you're looking from a Windows 10 perspective, I believe so, yes. When you're looking at an Xbox perspective, I'm not 100% sure. You can definitely limit, as we've already said, the age ratings. You can kind of limit that way. I'm not sure if you could say, yes, they're allowed to play GTA, but they're only allowed to play it for an hour. I'm not 100% sure. It's something I'd have to definitely look into. And as kind of time goes on and we gain access and more access to these applications, hopefully those sort of things will come. Because this is, as I said, it is preview. It is a work in progress.
Definitely.
So they're constantly adding things in. For example, the friend request feature that we showed earlier, I'll just bring that back. On the right-hand side where you can see the friends list, that's not available right now, but it will be available by the end of the year. So they're constantly advancing this, and they're listening to the feedback within people that use it during preview, because that's the only way they're going to be able to advance it and move forward. which is cool.
Awesome. So that means we'll have to download it and give great feedback.
100%.
So, Tom, it's 7:30 already.
It is. Time
Can you
flies
believe
when
it?
you're having fun, right?
Time does fly when you're having fun. So, my last question for you: what are you doing for the remainder of the evening?
I'm gonna have some dinner because I
Awesome.
always eat after streams. I don't know if it's a good
Yes.
or a bad idea. And then I think I've got some videos to record, nighttime videos for Surface. It's
Awesome.
like using the devices when I'm not at work, which will be pretty cool to showcase how we use them in different ways. And then I think it's just going to be down to some gaming. I think I might sit down in the lounge, do some gaming, and yeah, should be fun.
Look
What
at
about
us
yourself?
swinging in our chairs. We're both doing it at the same time. Whee! What about me? I'm going to walk the dog if it stops raining and thundering and lightning.
Horrible out there.
I'm doing it
The
all
world
day
doesn't know
long.
what it wants to do
It's
right
crazy. No. And then might have a banana, Tom, to be honest.
now. Have a banana.
I
Living
know
the rock and roll
there's a
lifestyle.
few. Oh, there's a pineapple downstairs too, so I might have some pineapple. I might have some fruit. That's what I'm definitely gonna do. But yeah, there we go. So thank you to everybody who has joined in and watched us, and thank you so much, Tom, for taking us through the Xbox Family
No, you're
Settings
welcome.
app.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Like, I know it's not the most glamorous thing to talk about. I know there's plenty of games being announced at the moment, but this is kind of the important stuff that not everyone sees.
Yeah.
We've got all the glitz and glamour of AAA games and independent games, but not everything is suitable for everybody, and we've got to make sure everyone is safe when we're gaming. And we are a community, so let's keep everyone safe together.
Exactly.
I think that's the important thing. So yeah, not the most glamorous of subjects, but I think one of the most important ones.
Definitely. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Oh, thanks.
And on that note, I hope you have a great evening.
You too.
And Alex Hudson says, either way, Hannah is going to limit your gaming time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If it's not you, it'll be my wife.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to go. Is there anything you'd like to say, Tom?
No, I think that's it from me. I think thank you for everyone that's joined. Had some great questions. I will look back through the comments, and if I find anything else out regarding your questions, I will let you know.
Awesome. And just be back here at 7 p.m. tomorrow for ExpertZone Level Up.
I'm back again. I'm actually with the green
are.
backgrounds.
You are.
And it is the no, not the last one. Penultimate week of the season next week. So
yes.
You never know. There might be a little prize announcement.
Oh,
sneaky,
okay.
sneaky.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Come back
Thank you.
next week, and yeah, we'll catch you again soon.
See you then, guys. Bye.
Bye.